2021, things have really gotten complicated. And we need to talk some more about the things that go on in our lives, in our society, in our communities. On the phone line, we have our very own evangelist, Alicia Garth. Hello, Alicia.
Hello, Sister Stephanie. How are you?
I am delighted to have you with us to talk some more about things. And um, there are some things in the news that are going on that we haven't fully discussed. One thing is, believe it or not, the weather here in the deep south. We have had torrential storms. And in fact, the storms have been so bad in areas that in Louisiana, we've had 5 deaths. And within our city, we had a gentleman to drown uh, under the overpass. There was big dip. Uh, his vehicle stalled. The and it resulted in his death. And so we want to continue to pray in that area. And was that you, Evangelist Garth, that said that we need to really think or rethink, redesign some of the areas that we have in our structures, in our roadways and stuff like that?
I don't think it was me, but I agree with it. I totally agree with it.
Well, I talk to people, and sometimes we have to. I think the thought is that sometimes, no matter the expense, no matter how used to we are of dealing with something that's not just right, that's half put together, that does not actually serve its purpose at all times, that we need to take a moment and go back and make it right.
Okay, let me just kind of clarify this right here, Stephanie. I remember, yes, it was me.
Oh, okay. All right. I had to talk a little bit. She thought about that. Yeah, she on board with that.
It was me. And a lot of times, these things that are not restructured, that needs to be restructured, it's at the depth of someone.
Oh.
It's at the very depth of someone. And that's when it's talked about, but some know how deep it was even before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so unfortunate.
I agree. And I'm not, we in Baton Rouge have had another death on the expressway. Now, I don't know about your town, your city, but we might have a situation throughout the United States and throughout the world where there are things that we have built, man-made, that is not totally up to par. And you might say, well, that's just 2 people you named, Sister Anthony, that died, but that's too many. And we should never, use our death totals as statistics that don't matter. That's a life.
Correct.
And it's important. We don't want not one life stolen. Not one situation that is unfortunate that could have been prevented. And we don't want to be so in love with the thought of money, because it ain't even your money. You're not going to have it in your fingers. Just the thought of money. Now, let me tell you that in the in the Louisiana state capitol, there was a bill on the legislative floor, which was in regard to unemployment. I don't know how it is in your town, but there is a labor shortage in our town, and immediately people started saying, well, they wouldn't, it's unemployment that's keeping people from going back to work. It's what else they say? It's the stimulus money that people got, and now they don't want to go to work. We need to cut out all of that so that they'll go back to work. I have a different take on that. Well, first of all, let me just say that I think I lost Evangelist for a second. I want to just say that Louisiana, the House of Representatives rejected a small increase in unemployment and voted down a return to work incentive payment. So this was the count. 44 members were for Representative Rodney Lyons' bill that would increase unemployment, and 54 were against. And Rodney Lyons is a Democrat from Harvey, Louisiana, which is a relatively small town. So he wanted to raise unemployment benefits an additional $28. And let me say that Louisiana's unemployment is the second lowest in the nation. Do I have you, Evangelist? Well, I might have lost Evangelist. Oh my goodness. Well, what we found is that many folks feel like that the best method to use in shoring up the workforce is to use starvation tactics. Now, I have a different take on it, and this is my take. In my viewpoint, the populace, the working populace, is very much a population of women who are head of households, women who have children. And one of the things that has been very destabilizing is the fact that these women have to have dependable, quality child care. And dependable quality child care does not mean that, you got a 12-year-old that's supposed to be in school, in class, on the computer, and the 5-year-old sibling, no, not 5, 4-year-old sibling, and the nursery is closed. Nursery school is closed. This is not an acceptable way to have a mother employee. Now, for the number of jobs that we have in America, you can't say, well, all the men, they don't have no responsibility with kids. That's not true. And that the women should just bear up. That's not true. We have to realize that we have recording has reached the maximum length. We have for so long not paid people a living wage. That is to pay them enough so that they will be able to take care of their families with just one job. Now, unfortunately, many of the people who are working today are, working poor. One job won't give them what they need to financially take care of rent, utilities, gas, transportation, food, and clothing. Those are the basics. One job won't do it. Some time ago, employers decided that they didn't want to pay for people's insurance. And so what they did was put them, we're gonna only work 55 hours a week rather than 60. That makes them below full time, and so they're not obligated to have them in there with benefits. This is the slippery slope that the United States has come to. And now, when a pandemic came, there was no safety net for the working poor. And so now, the people who have the money want to now get the legislature to force people, in their opinion, to go back to work. But you can't force somebody, to do something that is not in their best interest unless the alternative is so much worse. And is that the workforce we want? We would love to hear your comments, share, and let us know what you think as we talk more. Also, I want to remind you to please send in your information on your vacation Bible school this summer, as well as other civic and church programs. Just put it in the comments and we'll make sure to highlight it as we go along. We thank you so much for joining us for Let's Talk More. God bless you and keep you is our prayer.